All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Appreciate everybody joining us today, and sorry that my voice is going. As I said, I'm just excited about all the great news for Conference Carolinas, but really appreciate everybody joining us today for this opportunity to kind of expound upon what this means, the alignment and the collaboration between Conference Carolinas and Young Harris. Joining me, I have Conference Carolinas Commissioner Chris Colvin and Director of Athletics at Young Harris, Jennifer Rushton. Appreciate y'all joining us. We'll ask them a couple questions in just a minute, but Commissioner, before we start, if you could kind of give an opening statement and talk about what this means for Conference Carolinas.
Sure. Thanks, Brian. This is an exciting day for the conference. We're here right now on the campus of Young Harris College announcing that they have accepted our offer to become the 14th member of Conference Carolinas, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be doing that, both because we're adding an institution that we think is a great fit for our conference. And it's just another opportunity for growth and strengthening our league and accomplishing some goals that our board of directors have had for some time in terms of regionalizing schedules in a more efficient manner. So we're excited about all of that, and we know Young Harris is going to be a tremendous addition to this conference.
Thank you, Commissioner. Jennifer, obviously, this is a big day. A historic day, as we've said ad nauseum. But you talked about why you felt like Conference Carolina was the right fit at the introductory press conference. But expounding on that a little bit, decisions like this don't come easy. But why was it such an easy decision at the end of the day for Young Harris?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me on this call, and really exciting day for us here on campus, and just a lot of excitement overall. But when we started looking at this opportunity, I think for us, we are a private institution and primarily a state system conference, and so when you start looking at member institutions of Conference Carolinas, we look a lot more like the member institutions in Conference Carolinas in terms of academics, enrollments, the size of campus, even location wise, so for us, it really makes a lot of sense for us to get into a conference that has a lot of members that are very similar to us.
Thank you. Commissioner Colvin, you hit on it just a minute ago that they, an ideal fit for Conference Carolinas, but can you kind of elaborate a little bit more on exactly why?
Sure. We came to visit Young Harris College last month, and I think it was really clear on that visit that the culture of this institution really mirrored and matched the culture of Conference Carolinas. And I want to be careful. The Conference Carolinas is, a conference that there's a lot of diversity even within our league. But as Director Rushton stated, they're going to feel a lot more like the majority of the institutions in Conference Carolinas. But, I think one thing that's really exciting about our conference is, we have private schools, we have public schools, we have faith-based institutions, we have institutions that are not faith-based institutions, but private. And all of them embrace the same culture. They all embrace the concept of champions in body, mind, and soul, which is our tagline that we really try to embody in everything we do. And so because of that, we just felt like Young Harris was a great fit. They're trying to use athletics to fulfill their mission in a lot of the same ways that a lot of our institutions are, and we can come alongside them and help them accomplish those goals. We have this new model that we're talking about from a scheduling standpoint. Young Harris College fits well in a division of institutions that are all going to be, really within 100 miles of here. And then ultimately, we think that athletically they're going to be a great fit, and we think they're going to help enhance and strengthen our league and just continue to help us lead the way, as we like to say.
Definitely. Jennifer, you, as Commissioner Colvin mentioned, this is coming quick. Obviously, one of the unique things about this announcement is that it's next year, it's next academic year. So you obviously have a lot to still do this year, as we're heavily in the academic year right now. But what the next few months look for y'all like as you get prepared to move into Conference Carolinas in 23-24?
Yeah, I think the first item is scheduling for next year and getting conference schedules in hand and allowing our coaches to build their non-conference schedule around that. And we've been working with you all on that already. So that has been great. I think the second thing for us is just looking at our conference branding at our facilities and some of those things that will take some time to get updated. And, we'll work on that at a transition plan this summer on those kinds of things. But, I think for us, for me, it's getting, I've been in front of almost all of our teams at this point and talking to them about this transition and answering questions that they may have. And, for us this year, it's finishing out strong in our current conference and the goal is still the same. And so next year, our goals don't change. They stay the same. It's just, it'll be new teams and new competition and, working with a new set of athletic directors and just really excited about that. So it will be busy. We'll stay obviously involved in our current conference, but also working closely with the new conference as we transition.
Thank you. And Commissioner Colvin, kind of staying with that a little bit, you just talked about it a second ago, but the 3-division model that you announced with the addition of Young Harris obviously changes things a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about more what, I know a lot of things still are to be decided, but what that could look like in the future for Conference Carolinas?
Yeah. So the geography of our institutions, as we talked about growing, didn't lend itself particularly well to what would be a more traditional 2-division model. So we started trying to think outside the box, think creatively, and what we came up with was a 3-division concept that would really maximize and take advantage of the geographic locations of our institutions. It's going to give us the ability to regionalize regular season competition in several sports. It's going to promote regional rivalries as institutions are vying for division championships that are going to have trophies at the end of the season. It's going to keep student athletes off the road quite as long. Now there's still going to be a handful of long trips in the conference, but the number of long trips in the conference will be reduced. And then, quite frankly, we think that it's gonna save our institutions resources, obviously, and we just think that the regionalization there is going to just be a positive experience for those student athletes. For Young Harris College in particular, you've got Emmanuel College, Southern Wesleyan, Erskine that are all within 75 or 80 miles of here. North Greenville is very close as well, and similar statements could be made about really any institution in our conference, wherever they're located.
Well, this is, we don't want to keep you long. I know Jennifer's got to get ready for a basketball game, to her point that it keeps going right now, but this has been a historic day, and I appreciate you both taking some valuable time to kind of talk a little bit more about what this alignment means and talk about what the future of the next few months. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.